Let us see the post layout simulation of common source amplifier. Already I had drawn the circuit of common source amplifier. Here it requires two transistors, PMOS transistors, which are configured as current mirror circuit, and the width of these two PMOS transistors are 8.85 micrometer, and multipliers are selected as 10 to increase the current strength, and the NMOS transistor width is chosen as 6 micrometer and the multiplier is chosen as 4. And this part behaves as a current mirror, which is going to give the required biasing, and this is the actual transistor responsible for the amplification. To draw the layout of common source amplifier, first we need to fix the body connection of PMOS and NMOS. For that, as it is a multiplier against the fingers used in inverter, I am going to take the properties, click on this properties, go to the body type, select as detached. That is, body will be detached from source, and as can be seen in the diagram, body should be connected to VDD, and as I am detaching it, as 10 multipliers are there, I am going to take detached body, which is to be kept at the top. Tap should be top, and disable this left, then say OK. Similarly, you have to do it for the remaining transistors. For this PMOS transistor, again body type should be detached and it should be at the top. When you are setting for the NMOS transistor, it has to be again detached and the body should be at the bottom, because VSS rail will be at the bottom. Hence, I can select the tab as bottom, say OK. After making these changes, save this, then launch the layout editor. Launch layout Excel, then say OK. Then test1 is the folder name, CSA is the cell name, layout is the view name, say OK. Then it will open a blank editor. Then execute connectivity, generate all from source. It will open the generate layout option. Then here you can see generate all three types, and for seeing the IO pins, that is just say okay. Now this is your PR boundary, which has to be stretched. Then click on stretch it in the vertical direction as well as on the horizontal direction. To bring the transistors into the PR boundary, click on left hand side PMOS transistor. Corresponding multipliers will be highlighted. Select them together and bring it into the PR boundary. As I have given multiplier as 10, there are 10 multipliers. Similarly, right hand side transistor has to be selected and it should be brought inside the PR boundary and should be kept here. NMOS transistor has to be bought. Click on this. Corresponding multipliers will be highlighted. Bring it and place it at the bottom of right hand side PMOS transistor. After this, bring the pins inside the PR boundary. First, I need to take VDD pin. Drag this and place it at the top of PMOS transistor and extend this by using P. Draw this through both the transistors' length so that we can connect all sources to VDD. Similarly, VSS can be brought into the PR boundary and placed below the NMOS transistor. Then after placing below the NMOS transistor, it can be stretched so that it becomes VSS rails. After extending VDD and VSS, bring remaining 3 pins into the PR boundary and place it in the appropriate position. I bias pin should be kept on the left hand side. Then V in pin just beside the NMOS transistor. Then finally V out pin on the right hand side. After placing all the pins in the appropriate positions, now I need to make the connections. In order to make the connections, just observe here. As I've told in the beginning, this is the source and this is the body which is detached and it is kept at the top. Similarly, for NMOS, source and body are detached. This is source which is detached from the body and body is kept at the bottom. And again it has to be connected to VSS. Let me complete the body connection and source connection of VSS. Suppose if I start from here by pressing P and extend it to VSS rail, as it is passing from source through body, both source and body will be connected to VSS. Similarly, I have to do it for remaining 3 multipliers so that VSS and body connections are completed. That is, whatever the connection I have completed now is this connection. That is, source as well as body is connected to VSS. Same thing I have to do it for PMOS transistor. Source and body should be connected to VDD. For that, I will be taking the multiplier sources here for both PMOS and both the PMOS transistors. Suppose if I click P and extend here, you can observe here the connection is going from source to VDD. On this path, it is crossing over body. It is as good as connecting from source body into VDD. The same has to be done for remaining 19 multipliers. This is for left hand side transistor. Similarly, you can do it for right hand side transistor. That is, source connection is completed now by executing this, as well as body also connected. After this, I need to connect the drains of this multipliers appropriately as shown in the circuit diagram. After connecting the source of P and NMOS, it looks like this. Now, as per the circuit, I need to complete this. The gates of PMOS transistors are to be shorted, and after that, the left hand side drain should be connected to gate. First, I am going to complete the gate connections. To perform the gate connections, just extend the poly of this by clicking on P. I am going to connect all multipliers into this so that all the multipliers are connected. It reflects the shorted gate connection. Now, the connections what I have completed is this. Both the transistors gates are shorted. Now, the left hand transistor's drain should be connected to this shorted gate. On that, I bias pin has to be placed. I am going to complete that connection now. Just observe here in the zoomed version. This is the left hand side transistor. Drain should be connected to I bias, and I am going to press P. For this connection, I'll bring all drains, that is left hand transistors. Drain should be both connected to this because there are 10 multipliers instead of a single multiplier, single transistor. When you are making connections, make sure that you are connecting from all the drains. Otherwise, in DRC there will not be any errors, but in LVS you may end up in errors because there may be 10 drains. If you have connected only 9, it leads to LVS error. Net mismatch error in the LVS. Now you observe all the drains are shorted and it is connected here. On this I need to place I bias pin. To place the I bias pin, click in the circuit I bias, corresponding pin will be highlighted here. Bring that I bias pin and place it on this shorted gate and drain. As I am connecting two different layers, that is a metal to a polysilicon, I need to connect them through a via. Therefore, create via. Which one I am supposed to use? Metal 1 to poly 1, because I am connecting metal 1 to poly 1. Place it here, then press escape. As per the schematic now, this complete connection is done. Leftover connection is drain to drains of all the PMOS transistors should go to output. Drains of all NMOS transistors should go to output. But here I can't chart them directly because there are 10 drains from PMOS because it is having multipliers found to be 10. Whereas for NMOS multipliers is only 4, therefore 4 drains will be there. Hence I am going to short all 10 drains of PMOS. That is done by clicking on P and short all 10 drains. Now on this, as per the connection, this is the drain connection I have completed. On this, Vout has to be kept. Vout pin is here. I am going to drag this and place it on this line so that this becomes Vout line. Now for the PMOS transistor, I have completed the drain connection. But for the NMOS transistor, I need to complete the drain connection. And also, here as per the schematic, this one is not completed. That is, to the gate of NMOS, I need to connect Vin. But there are 4 multipliers, means 4 gates will be there. All of them should be shorted and should be connected to Vin. I'll perform that first. I'll press P and I'll extend this polysilicon. All 4 polysilicons will be connected to this. On this, Vin pin will be placed. Drag this Vin pin and place it on this shorted gates. As I am connecting 2 different layers, I need a via that could be added by executing create via metal 1 to poly 1, hide it and place it here. Now the connection is established. Now the final step which is not yet done is the NMOS drain should go to output. For that, short all NMOS drains or connect from here. Press P. Now the layout looks like this. We have completed the common source amplifier layout. Then after this, we have to do the physical verification by executing DRC, LVS and RC extraction followed by post layout simulation. For doing the physical design, first you need to set the technology file, Ashura technology. That is technology file is home install foundry analog 180 nanometer Ashura underscore tech.lib, which could be set by clicking on this browse button, then say OK, technology file is set, then Ashura run DRC. Then here nothing has to be filled, say OK. Then DRC is over, then no DRC errors. Then if at all if there is any DRC error, you need to debug it. Ashura run LVS for checking the layout versus schematic. Initially it will be in undefined, you bring it to GPDK 180, then say OK. Then it's going to check for layout and schematic matches. As there is no mismatch, it is showing zeros in the mismatches column. Say yes. It will open a dialog box which will show the layout and schematic are matching. Once it is done, we can extract the RC values by executing Ashura run Quantus. Here I need to make certain setting. Setup should in the setup tab. First you have to make it from Spice. Usually it will be in Spice. Bring it to AV extracted view, that is extracted. Then go to the second tab, extraction tab. In the extraction tab, usually it will be in R. Bring it to RC. Then after that, put the reference node, that is VSS, and turn off the HRCX. Here enable HRCX will be usually enabled. You need to disable it. Say OK. It will run the RC extraction task and it will show the dialog box wherein you can see the AV extracted result will be available in the corresponding library, that is close. If you want to see the AV extracted view, go to CDS window, go to Tools, Library Manager. Under your library, CSA will have a new view, that is AV extracted view, which will contain the RC values. If you zoom it and see, you can see the R and C values of the corresponding transistors. Representative resistance and capacitance are shown here. This is just going to give you an idea of R and C values. After this, you close both AV extracted and layout views. I'll be showing the post layout simulation for this. For doing the post layout simulation, just execute this. Go to File, New, Cell View. Then CSA underscore test. Every time you ensure you are in proper path, that is, it should be in your folder. Then change the type to config. Once I change it to config, automatically view will be config and open with will be hierarchy editor. Say OK. It will open two windows. In the first window, new configuration window, change the view to schematic. Then click on use template. Then Spectre. Say OK. All other fields are automatically filled. Say OK. Then you can see table view and tree view. Click on tree view. Go to instance I0. Then right click, set instance view. As my R and C values are available under AV extracted view, set instance view as AV extracted. Then I have made certain changes. Save this. Then give open. If I give open, it will open the test circuit. And this test circuit, just to ensure, click on this CS symbol, right click and descend edit in a new window or new tab. It will show AV extracted. That means we are in a proper path. Then execute the simulation. To perform the simulation, procedure is same. Launch ADEL. Now you need to go to analysis. Choose three types of analysis can be done. One is transient, other one is AC, third one is DC. Let us do the transient analysis. As we have set the frequency as 10 kilohertz, the period is 0.1 millisecond. In order to observe 10 cycles, 0.1 milli into 10 is 1 milli. Therefore, stop time I am going to set as 1 millisecond. Accuracy is moderate, say OK. Then outputs to be plotted. I am going to select on design. One is the input, second one is the output. Just press escape, come back to ADE window, run the simulation. You can just observe the input and output, they are 180-degree phase shifted. This is your output. And this is your input, which is 180-degree phase shift can be observed. After this, do the AC analysis. For performing AC analysis, choose AC and sweep variable is frequency. I am going to sweep the frequency from 1 to 10 gigahertz. And as it is a huge range, I am going to check the sweep type to be logarithmic and number of points to be 10. Say OK. Then just enable only AC analysis, run the simulation. You can observe. This is my midband gain, which is around 30 volts. And this volts itself, I am going to call it as the gain, because input voltage is set as 1. V out by V in is the gain. As denominator is 1, output voltage itself is the gain. If you want to see this in dB, just go to ADE, results, direct plot, AC magnitude and phase. It will take you to the design browser. In that, you just click on V out, press escape. If we press escape, you can see the waveforms here. This is the phase, this is the dB. In the dB view, you can see the gain is plotted in decibels, 29.5 decibels. This is the post layout value. If I want to plot the unity gain bandwidth, you place a marker on unity gain. Unity gain is nothing but 0 dB gain. Therefore, take the marker, create marker in the horizontal direction, place it on the 0 dB. Then it's going to place a marker on the 0 dB. Wherever this AC response intersects with UGB, that is your that is this 0 dB, that is your UGB. Just place one more marker in the vertical direction. Identify the intersection point. Somewhere here they are intersecting. This is your 1.03 gigahertz is the UGB, unity gain bandwidth. This is the midband gain, 29.56 dB. Both the parameters are going to be seen on the waveform itself. No need of any calculator. Then finally, DC analysis I will show. For DC analysis, go to analysis, choose DC, save DC operating point. Component parameter has to be clicked. Then select component. I am going to vary the input voltage here. This is the input voltage. I am going to vary the input in the form of DC. Click on DC, say OK. Then go to this option. Here I can give the start and stop value. As it is 3.3 volts design, I can give from minus 3.3 to plus 3.3 or minus 5 to 5. Plus 5. Say OK. Then in ADE window, just enable DC analysis and run the simulation again to see the DC analysis. This is your DC analysis, which is going to show like a inverter waveform, because as per the phase reversal concept, whenever input is negative, output is positive. Whenever input is negative, output is positive. Hence, it is going to reflect that of an inverter. This completes the post layout simulation of common source amplifier.